Hey guys, day 2 of this extended closure. It is April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. Hopefully you are watching the agenda videos to explain exactly what you're supposed to be doing every day. I already posted that agenda video today, so this is our second video. This is our writing lesson video. So you should know exactly what you're doing for today if you watch that agenda video. Now we're going to go to classwork. We are going to, this is actually my screen, so it might look a little bit different. The gray assignments here are the ones that are going to be scheduled to be posted. So that's why you don't necessarily see them on your screen. I do suggest, like I've said before, to make your screens a little bit minimized. So that way you can see maybe my video that I have right here, the one that you're watching, and then maybe have your Google Classroom over here, just to make things a little bit easier while you're going through your assignments. Okay, so today we are working on writing. We are working on persuasive and argumentative writing in class. So that's what we're going to continue with in our extended closure on Google Classroom. So if we click here, okay, writing lessons, this is where you're going to find exactly where I am talking about our persuasive writing. So it's page 96 in the workbook that I have. So we're going to click on this first page, and we are going to make it a little bit bigger so that way you can read it. Okay. And as I go through, okay, the next page is actually going to give you a prompt. So that's what you are going to be submitting on Google Classroom. But this first page is just going to be a explanation page of persuasive writing. Okay, so follow along while I read what's on the screen for you. In persuasive writing, a writer tries to make readers think, feel, or act in a certain way. You may not be aware of it, but you see persuasive writing every day. Park benches and buses carry signs for restaurants, TV stations, and grocery stores. In your favorite magazine, you read the letters to the editor. In the school newspaper, a fellow student has written an article about the library. Here's an example of a persuasive article. The writer gives some information and states his opinion. He closes with a statement that invites his readers to take action. Remember, details, details, details. Find some information, make sure you put it into your writing. It makes things more persuasive. If you're just giving your own opinion, it's not going to be enough. You have to have details and reasoning. So, a message to readers by Daniel Murphy. Our school should rethink the library and its use. Any teacher will tell you how important reading is. Reading is super important. I'm already down. I've read 3 books so far. So during our time off. So actually it's not time off, but since the 17th of March, I've read 3 books. So make sure you're reading. Back to our, right here. And reading, of course, involves having access to books. The students at WRMS, which is the middle school that this person's from, don't have that access. The library is not open before or after school, and there's not enough time between classes. I think we should make some small adjustments to the daily schedule to create a 20-minute reading period at the start of each day. I think that's a great idea. Students should be responsible for having a book to read, and each student could have 1 library pass a week to use during the 20-minute period. By choosing their own reading material, students are more likely, this is your details, this is where the information is, okay? By choosing their own reading material, students are more likely to be motivated to read on their own. By making time for reading, the school sends the message that reading and books are important. I think, back to what their opinion is, I think that would be an excellent message for this school to send to students, parents, and the community. All right, so that is a persuasive article that is written about the library. Okay, as you can see, you see I hear, I think, once again. Okay, this is their opinion and what they think needs to be done. And then here we have our information, our details. By choosing their own reading material, students are more likely to be motivated to read on their own. That is the detail that is backing up the reason why they think that they should have a 20-minute reading period during the day. I think that's a great idea. I think we should have one whole Panther block, maybe, that all we do is read. I think that's a great idea. All right, moving on to the next page. Okay, this is where your writing assignment comes from today. Okay, so this is where you're going to read it, and then I will show you where you're going to submit it in Google Classroom. All right, so follow along while I read the directions on the page for you. Okay, do you think it would be important to have a reading period in middle school? Do you think a special reading time is not necessary? What side are you on? Do you think it's important? Do you think it's necessary? Or do you think it's not important? It's not necessary. Respond to Daniel's article on page 96, which is the article that I just read. State your opinion and support it with details. Details from your own experiences in middle school. Okay? Either if you're for it, you can say you don't have time to read in school. Or if you're not for it, explain that reasoning. Assume that your article will appear in the school newspaper. Make sure that your opinion is clear and that readers understand what you want them to think or do. How persuasive can you be? So you are going to write a full page, okay, explaining why you think that we should have a reading period or why you think we shouldn't have a reading period, okay? It needs to be a full page. It can be double space, 14-point font. I make it a little bit larger font for you on Google Classroom. If you want to write it on a piece of paper and then submit it that way, send it to my email, you can do that as well. If it's on a piece of paper, it needs to be single spaced, full page. Okay. Now, if we go back to our Google Classroom, okay, right underneath of the lesson is going to be where you're going to your assignment. Okay, so this paragraph is just the same paragraph that you saw on that last page that we just saw together. If you click on, this is actually my page, but if you click on here, okay, it is a assignment, so make sure you are completing that and posting it, okay? If you have any questions, you can comment on this, this assignment here and I can get back to you. Anytime you have a question, make sure that you are sending me an email or something so that way I can help you, okay? Because if I don't know that you're having a hard time with things, I can't help you with that, okay? Also, I'm going to be posting probably every other day or so. I'm going to be posting a comment here. You can always comment back. For example, Evan asked if we were going to do Zoom, okay? I am planning on doing a Zoom conference possibly later this week, but I have not set that up yet. You will see a invite on this page here on your stream screen if and when I do set that up, okay? But make sure you're looking at that. Make sure you're watching the agenda videos and make sure you are handing in your work, okay? Anything from the 17th to the 30th was marking period 3, but anything else on Google Classroom is going to be for marking period 4. So you want to start off strong and really work hard to get that information in, okay? If you have any questions, make sure you email me. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.